just go on Amazon. They're $2.99. They're not expensive. They're just, once you get the technology all synced with everything, it's incredibly easy.
Wow.
And so that's great, but he's the one that can't see. So the Audible thing is
Oh, I love Audible.
helpful. It just changes the way he feels about the world. It's really been, that's been great. Working Horse is up there, isn't it? I love Wiki Louise.
Sorry.
For like freezing through November like this.
Do you need an autograph? Do you need an autograph on it?
I'm trying to film this spot that it's called that he was always doing.
Steve Hill? He was fun. Steve Hill. Oh, okay.
They used to work there.
I mean, is it from years? Is it
Oh my God.
I mean, I don't think so. I'm not a member of the commission, so it's really immaterial that her name's on there, not mine. No, if it was one of them, they're voting members.
Well, they can't start doing filthy strings on my fireplace. Yeah, that. Are you ready for me? Should I go ahead and start? Okay. Okay, we have a quorum, and I'd like to call the meeting to order, please. Welcome, everyone. We are about to begin the meeting of the Oklahoma City Arts Commission for November 17th, 2025. Before the commission votes on each item, I will ask the staff to provide details of each case. I will ask if the applicant has anything to add, and I will ask if any members of the public wish to speak. If you wish to address the Arts Commission, you will be recognized, and please go to the center podium, state your name and address for the record, and begin your comments. And we'd appreciate it if you could limit your comments to 3 minutes if possible. So our next item is to receive the meeting minutes from our October 15th regular meeting. Does someone have a motion? I guess I can. So moved. And a second? Let me find it here. I'm not on the meeting yet. There we go. Live meeting. Oklahoma City Arts Commission. Okay. Did everybody get theirs to come up?
No.
I haven't gotten mine to come up. I guess I need to vote verbally yay, because mine's not coming up on my monitor.
Yes, yes, I was absent for that meeting.
I don't know. Okay, it looks like the motion has passed. So we'll go on to our first item of business, which is the formless matter and its devastating gestures. And Randy, would you like to kick us off, please?
So
Yes.
should she go out of the room, or can she sit back here?
She can sit and watch. She just can't. Right.
Okay. Okay, good afternoon, Commissioners. Thank you for being here today. Again, the first project that you're going to consider, a first item you're going to consider, is Formless Matter and Its Devastating Gestures by Denise Duong and Gabe Friedman. Oh, there they are, right there. And this is, you have seen over the years, you've seen a number of different projects that go in Campbell Art Park, which is on the left of your screen if you look up there. And this is the latest one of the items that is sponsored, commissioned by Oklahoma Contemporary. Oklahoma Contemporary has a lease agreement for Campbell Art Park with the City of Oklahoma City and the Parks Department up until 2040. This particular work, well, there you can see a site plan. We'll go on, and an illustration below. Let's look at there you go. This is what I wanted you to see. So Campbell Art Park at Oklahoma Contemporary will be the site for a monumental mixed media installation, 13 feet tall. So the head image on the left will be 13 feet tall, and a total of 90 feet in length, comprised of 6 different elements: the head, the hand, and then 4 bird-like spheres. And the work invites viewers to enter a world where order and chaos intertwine. The head, painted with floral motifs, reveals an inner world through hidden openings. The hand reaches toward the smallest bird in a quiet gesture of care. The steel birds, ranging from 5 to 12 feet tall, contain doorways that you can actually enter into the sculptures, and they have metal drawings that suggest the story of a family. Together, these elements create a contemplative and communal space that reflects on humanity, memory, and the search for meaning. So the head will be constructed of treated cedar lumber, and also the hand constructed the same way. The birds will actually be woven out of steel rod. And you may remember the work called The Unexpected Us, which was intended to be a temporary work in Upper Scissortail Park, installed several years ago. People love it so much, and it's holding up far beyond its intended life, that it's still there. So if you haven't seen that yet, go and visit that. But this is being constructed in the same way that was, except that is woven willow, and these birds will be woven steel. So with that, I will take any questions. Well, let me just note that, of course, an identification marker will be installed. A VERA waiver has already been received. What you're voting on today is a recommendation, or the recommendation by staff is a recommendation to the Downtown Design Commission for a certificate of approval, and then also the work will need to go to the Development Services for a building permit. So that is specifically what you would be recommending today. There's already, the lease agreement is already in place. There doesn't need to be any council action, so those will be the final actions that will be taken on this particular work. Are there any questions?
Oh, yes, Commissioner, sorry, Cooper.
Did you say there were going to be 4 birds?
Yes, so there's a small one right underneath the figure's hand.
Oh, okay. Oh,
It's a little bit hard to see in that illustration, and then
now that you say that, I think I see it.
they get progressively larger.
Commissioner Kovach.
What's the color scheme going to be?
So the birds will actually have, and you can see this in your packet. I'm not sure that we have anything here. Let me see. Okay, yeah, so the birds will have acrylic to mimic stained glass, but acrylic that will stand up to whatever the Oklahoma weather throws at it. So it'll be, the steel will rust, and then you'll see the colors from the acrylic. Notice on that schematic, that plan view schematic, that is inside the largest bird, there will be 7 benches, 3 on the outside, and then the central round bench. So people will be able to go inside and be able to spend time in there, converse, and so on. Now, on the head, I think that is just going to be just a wood finish. Is that correct? Is there any particular finish on it? But you'll be able to look various places into the head, and you'll see some things inside. Is that correct? Okay. So it's actually far more complicated than what it just appears on the outside. So, and again, referencing a former work, is the little creator that is at the Science Museum. You look into that and you see an entire world created within that. So my guess is it probably won't be quite that extensive, but it will invite somebody to look into this world that is created inside the head of that is the focal point here.
Any other questions? Commissioner Center?
Randy, do we need another commissioner to make quorum?
Excuse me?
Do we need another commissioner
No,
to make?
we're good. We're good.
Have quorum with Denise.
We had 9 with it, so we just need 8, right?
Yeah, 8's
Okay,
enough.
we have 8, so I guess we're okay. Good. Is there any more discussion, or
I had a
Denise? I'm sorry.
quick question. I was going to appropriate Commissioner Cooper's normal question. Given that this is wire, woven wire, is it strong enough for people to climb on it?
Yes.
Okay. Because once again, they likely will try. So, just, thank you.
It'll be woven, but it'll be welded also. And the nature of that structure makes it kind of self-reinforcing as it's welded together also.
Okay, is there anybody else on the member of the public, or Denise and Gabriel, or either of you want to speak at all?
Chris?
Okay, sounds good. Any other questions from the commissioners? No. Okay, would somebody like to make a motion? The suggested motion is to recommend to Downtown Design Commission to recommend development services for a building permit. Go ahead and vote.
How do I get my vote up here? There we go.
And it passes. Great. You can come back and join us now, Commissioner. Okay, we'll go on to item 3B, the Morgan horse, and I'm assuming, Randy, you're going to walk us through that as well.
So you can see this is a photo taken a few months ago before the new OG&E Coliseum was complete. So several things have happened at this site since then. So the Coliseum is complete, the plaza is complete around it, the Noric is gone, totally 100% gone, and Bolt Tower has been installed out there. So a lot of changes since this photo has taken place. One of the things that has been installed is actually the sculpture already installed. So it's installed under the building permit for the Coliseum, but now we're going back and you're approving the fact that it is there, and we will take a gift acceptance agreement to the City Council. So you hopefully recommend that the City Council will accept this as a gift to the City of Oklahoma City. So this work by Moretta Kennedy is donated by the Morgan Grand National LLC. They're the organization that runs the Grand National and World Championship Morgan Horse Show, which has been at the fairgrounds for 50 years. Since 1975, they've been meeting. And Morgan horse enthusiasts are some of the, well, horse people are enthusiasts generally. Morgan horse enthusiasts are even more so. They're really passionate about the Morgan horse. And they commissioned this work to celebrate their 50-year association with the city of Oklahoma City. Just so happened that that event was going on at the time that this was installed. The mayor was there for the installation. And so a lot of people from around the country and around the world were there for the unveiling of this particular work. It's his heroic-sized bronze sculpture, 3 feet wide, 12 feet tall, and 14 feet long. Your recommendation, should you decide to recommend it, will be a recommendation to the City Council for a gift acceptance agreement. So normally in a gift acceptance agreement, we ask that money be donated for the upkeep and maintenance. The fairgrounds will accept the responsibility of upkeep and maintenance on this particular work. So that will not be part of the donation agreement. We haven't reached out to Moretta yet for a Vera waiver, but we will do that. And we will work with the fairgrounds to install an art identification marker to be sure that that requirement is met also. Any questions?
Any questions from the commissioner? Yes, Commissioner Cooper?
I think you said this, but I just want to make sure I understand it. This is not 1% money. This is a total gift
Right.
from an organization that supports
Exactly.
the Morgan horse.
Exactly. No 1% money at all was used in this, for this work.
Did they just put it down, or did they get permission on the location?
So they worked with the MAPS project manager on the location, and like I said, it was permitted through the building permit that covered the entire Coliseum. So yes, it was a coordinated effort. They didn't just come out and drop something down in the dark of night. But things happened rapidly, and so this is one of those situations where we go back and make it right after the fact.
Okay, I'm wondering about the raised leg. How high up off the ground is that? Again, this is my typical question about climbability and an invitation to climb aboard the horse. Because at this point, it looks like it's too high to do that.
Well, the mayor was there that day, and he would have found it really easy to reach up and touch that hoof. So yes, if somebody wants to get on the pedestal, they'll do that. If they want to get up on the horse, they'll find a way to do that. And we can guarantee you that somebody will try to do those things.
Yeah.
Also swing off the hoof. So it is a bronze work. If somebody wants to damage it, they're going to figure out a way to, but it's not going to be casually damaged.
Okay, I'm not concerned so much about them trying to damage it. I'm more concerned about cowboys climbing astride.
That will probably happen.
Any other questions from the commission? Any questions or, go ahead, Commissioner Center?
Just one question, Randy. So since this is the total gift, do we know what the 1% for art was used for the building?
The 1% for art for the Coliseum was Bolt Tower.
Is what?
Bolt Tower,
Oh,
no.
Does anyone from the public or in our audience like to speak on this one at all? Okay, then I think we can call for a motion in a second, which we have. And everybody vote. And
I was actually out at the fairgrounds for some of the Morgan horse events, and it's absolutely amazing what goes on out there. They were, pulling the little carts, I guess you call it driving, and it was incredibly fun to see. The horses are beautiful and just so much going on.
That's very cool. Okay, we'll move on to item 3C. Randy?
Item 3C is El Movimiento. I would practice that, but didn't practice it quite enough.
Say it one more time.
Means the movement, and we're going to ask both Angie and Zeke to stand up in just a moment. I'll give you a brief introduction, but I want you to hear a couple of things directly from them about this. This also will be a gift acceptance agreement with the city, but nothing has happened on this yet. So, except that Public Works is inspecting the piers underneath the Shields Boulevard overpass that goes over Manuel Perez Park, which will be the site. So they're assessing that, and they'll give some limits about what actually can be painted and cannot be. So there needs to be some fundraising for this work, and we've been working. I've been working with Zeke on that, on fundraising aspects of it. Again, this will be totally private donations to fund the work. It'll be a complete donation of artwork to the city. So rather than me go on about this, I'm going to introduce Zeke Gonzalez to talk a little bit about the organization, which I think is a really interesting story about this boxing gym that wants to paint murals. So we'll start with Zeke, and he'll tell you a little bit about his organization, and then we'll ask Angie to come and talk about the artwork. We'll say the artwork will be executed by a number of different artists. All artists will provide Vera waivers. There will be an art identification marker, of course, at the end. Zeke, if you'll give us your name and address.
Yes, Zeke Gonzalez, 625 Southwest 31st on the south side of Oklahoma City. First is, I want to say I'm the executive director of Celda 151. It's a small boxing gym on the south side of Oklahoma City. We empower the youth to become the best version of themselves. I know you're probably familiar with the physical aspect, but I think I'm more of a psychological aspect, overcoming adversity, just things that they, being resilient, we instill integrity, discipline, things like that. But this project is more based on them, our youth. We use that as a platform to bring our youth in, but besides that, we just have other projects that we do, and this is one of them, which they can be part of history. We're going to do a paint by number, not the whole mural, but there's going to be several murals there. There's going to be paint by number, which 10, 20, 30 years from now, they can go take their kids there and say, hey, look, I did this. It's part of history. And it's about cultural murals that we're going to be doing there. It's, like I said, in the heart of Southside Oklahoma City, where it's rooted in, Chicano, Mexican, Latino, Black history. So it's going to be something that's going to bring all of those cultures together, and that's what we're going to be producing that mural based around that, the culture. All right? I think Angie can speak a little bit more on the art aspect of it.
Hi, my name is Angie B. Santillan. My address is 2709 Northwest 112th Street. I got this, I was approached with this idea from Zeke, and I am also an artist, full-time tattoo artist, but I am a community organizer, and I work with mainly Latino organizations that involve art. And he had came to me about this project, and mainly because I am involved with a lot of community artists that have advocated for the Latino community and the Black community and the LGBTQ community. And I work with artists that are Oklahoma born and raised that are more than happy to work with this project for which they will be paid by the grants that we will be getting to complete the project. So the artwork, the main key points that I want to present in the pieces, these aren't final designs, these are more of an idea, but if you can imagine, more pillars. So the main key points that I want to hit is mental health, education, culture, and community. So I do want to raise awareness with mental health. In the Chicano community, we have a design called Smile Now, Cry Later, and so it involves like clown faces and that design represents resilience and overcoming. So designs like that is what I want to represent that are also tied within our community, the Latino community. And with education, I want to showcase historical moments in Latino history, but also Oklahoma history. Latinos have a big involvement in cowboy culture here and rodeos, and I think that's something where it could show unity too, that's also combined in community. So we can show the not only Latino representation, but just cowboy culture representation within the pillars. And also the history of the kind of events that we host here in Oklahoma City, so like Fiestas de las Americas in the South Side, and also festivals that are coming to become more well-known because of Scissortail Park, like Dia de los Muertos. And I don't know if you guys have been, but those get really packed. So Latinos are the third largest demographic of people here in Oklahoma. So I do believe that having some kind of representation in the South Side is important. And the South Side, another part of history that I want to include in the artwork is the amount of entrepreneurs that we have in Oklahoma City. And specifically in the South Side, it's mainly owned by Latinos, and so I like to present like business owners, not actual portraits of current business owners, but the representation of, to encourage the younger generation to build their own businesses here and improve the economic situations here in Oklahoma City, just Oklahoma overall. And with the culture representation, there are lowriders that pass through this bridge every Sunday, and me and Zeke would like to have that represented in the artwork, so they feel like this is our home. And the culture of lowriding is it derives from Chicano history, so Mexican American history. So I'd like to represent Mexican Americans in it, but also just overall the diverse community of Latinos that we have here, like Puerto Ricans, Guatemalans, Salvadorians, etc. And then my last key point, community. Like I said, just within all of those designs, I do want to represent different races because Latinos are just diverse as is. So I like to show different races of people. Like I said, also different ethnicities and like pictures of children, like laughing and having fun. But like I said, also representation of business owners and just looking to better your life and some kind of reflection of that in the artwork. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Commissioners, any questions? Terry? No? Okay, anyone from the audience want to speak? All right, we can go ahead and vote
I had a comment real
to
quick.
accept this gift agreement, yes?
I had a comment real quick.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all good. I just wanted to say I know Angie and Zeke and both their work and what they do in the community, and I'm excited about this project. It looks real dope. Everything that Zeke said he does in the community, he does, and everything that Angie says she does in the community, she's done. She's helped me a lot, and so has Zeke. I actually got a big tattoo piece on my back she's working on, so. So yeah, so this is dope.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll ask again. Does any other commissioner want to speak? No? Okay. Randy?
Thank you, Angie.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. There will be volunteers that will be working on this. All of them will sign waivers for their participation. Also, my plan is to set this up as a kind of a curatorial plan. If you haven't been there underneath that overpass, there's a lot of piers there, right? So we would imagine that they would probably get started with more to be added as funds are added. So rather than just agreeing to one thing, you know, a whole design being presented at once, there'd be a chance for it to evolve. And so we would have it as a curatorial plan where anything that was added, we could come back and report to the commission about the new additions. Again, this is a public art gift acceptance agreement. That's the recommendation. That's all I have to say.
It's been moved and seconded, so if we can all vote with Prime Gov. And the vote passes.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you
Randy,
very
we'll
much.
move on to 3D, Leafy Lisa. I can pronounce that one, so I went ahead.
So Lisa Sinar has just retired after 16 years as the executive director of Oklahoma City Beautiful. And in honor of those 16 years in which Lisa has done just heroic work, the Oklahoma City Beautiful would like to install a work in the median of Classen Boulevard, seen here. And I think that it is going on the north, the upper part of the median, but I'm not 100% sure about that. And this is the schematic by Joe Slack, who was chosen by Oklahoma City Beautiful to create the work. And this is a steel sculpture, and you can see that Joe is utilizing some of his familiar iconography in order to honor Lisa. So this is another one of those that has been proceeding as we're considering it, and they're hoping to actually install it before the end of the year. Joe has gotten his revocable permits for it already, and then we worked together for this to be able to go ahead and go through development services. So there's actually a building permit that will be in force as soon as the commission approves the work. So that's what we're asking you today. So again, this is a little bit different. This will be an art loan agreement with the city of Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City Beautiful has a long-term agreement to maintain the medians on Classen Boulevard and to upgrade actually the business landscape on both sides of the street. So this area is already being maintained by them, and they will maintain the sculpture as well. So there will not be any extra funds that will be donated to the city for the maintenance, since they're going to handle that. And as you can see, it's just a little over 10 feet tall and 32 inches at the base and probably around 5 feet with the extended arm. Any questions?
Yes, Commissioner Kovacs.
Again, I assume that some of it's going to be green, but can you describe the color scheme on this one, please?
Excuse me, describe what?
The color scheme.
I haven't seen a color drawing, so I don't actually know about that. I can get an update from Joe, and we can provide that to everybody, though.
Other questions from the commissioners? Any questions from our audience? Okay, looks like we can go ahead and make a motion and vote to recommend to the City Council a gift acceptance agreement for Leafy Lisa.
I like all this gift.
Okay, and that passes. Yeah. Hey, Randy, you're up still. You're like our man today. Would you like to present the Arts Commission calendar for 2026?
I have no comment to make about it other than, let's see.
There it is.
No, I have no comment to make about it. You can see the only deviation from the third Monday of every month is in January, and that is due to, as it is quite often, due to MLK Day being on the third Monday.
Okay. Well, we have
So city offices will be closed.
we have a motion and a second, so we can all vote. And it passes. And you also are going to present 3F, the nomination committee for 2026 officers.
I guess I don't have a slide for that one. Anyway, it's that time of year again when you will be selecting your officers for next year. So what I request, we want there to be a nominating committee. You'll meet between now and next month's meeting. Come back with your recommendations of a slate of officers. What I would like to do is that the current executive committee will form the basis of that committee, and I would like 2 other volunteers to be on that committee. If you're an officer and you want to recuse yourself from the nominating committee, you can certainly do so. But, and Commissioner Ontiveros is not here, so he's going to be on that committee. You 2 can recuse yourself if you want to, but otherwise we'll start out with the executive committee, and then I would like 2 other volunteers to be on the committee. So if you want to serve on that, feel free to raise your hand, and if you don't, then we'll start doing drawing straws.
No. Okay, but we don't have to make a motion or vote on that. So we move on to the next item, which would be Commissioner Ontiveros, but he's not here.
Okay,
so.
well, we will, I'll be contacting you to flesh out that committee.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
The next item, 6, Robbie, do you have any updates on the Arts and Cultural Affairs?
I sure do.
All right.
Oh, go through all these things. Okay, so this is the mural that was just recently installed at the Sheridan Walker Parking Garage. I watched it get installed. I know that we were all kind of sad to see the one that was there go away, but the artist came in. I think he did a fabulous job. He's put down a base coat, he's put down the mural, and then a top coat over that. It's fully painted from top to bottom, and then he's done the level on the interior around where the robin is. Let's see. I don't know if I've got a picture of that, but he's gone on the inside of that as well. Oh, I just wanted to share this with you.
So the integrity of the work is such that it's not going to be flaking off in 2 years, or?
That is our desire, and also he has been, part of his agreement is to come back for the next 5 years, but to come back once a year and then do an inspection of the mural.
Thank you.
I didn't know where to stop with the pictures. They were all wonderful.
Oh, there's the robin.
Okay.
Are there any more comments that anybody on the commission would like to make before we close up the meeting? Commissioner Cooper?
I know that this was not an arts, it wasn't a project that was submitted to the Arts Commission, but they recently installed and dedicated the Clara Luper Memorial Monument over on Robinson and Main Street. And I did attend the dedication, and there was a huge crowd there. And it's a very impressive sculpture. You can interact with it because it has the images of all the participants who the students who participated in the Katz Drugstore sit-in. There's an empty seat at the counter, so you can sit down there with the other participants. And it's just a wonderful monument to an incredibly significant event in our history. And so I would encourage everybody to go by and pay some personal visit.
Yeah, go by at nighttime. It's lit so well.
Yes.
It's really beautiful at night. Coming home from the Thunder games, there have been crowds of people walking around the plaza and sitting. I mean, it's really encouraging to see how people are interacting with it.
Yeah, we made a special trip back downtown to see it with the lights on. It was
Yeah,
wonderful.
it's just lovely.
Anybody else? Yes, Commissioner Bailey?
I may have missed this, but Bolt Tower, is it officially done? Or, I apologize if you have already said this and I didn't attend that meeting or didn't hear it.
So Bolt Tower is substantially complete, and it was by the time of the State Fair this year, which was a requirement that we had. So it was functioning, it was lighted, and it was gorgeous. But now it is even closer to being actually 100% complete. So the pedestrian plaza that is being built below the tower, all the formwork has been laid, and the concrete is supposed to be poured tomorrow. The general contractor contracted COVID, unfortunately, and so, or else that would have happened on Friday. So we're still putting the plans together for the coup de grace, which is the installation of the time capsule. So when you're underneath Bolt Tower, which is a magnificent structure, it's really engineering feat to do this, but comes together at a point beneath the tower, and then a 3D printed ceramic unit is going to go on that. It's kind of like a capstone, except it's underneath instead of on top. And the time capsule will be enclosed within that work. So there will be a public event. Looks like it'll be around December 10th, and maybe the week before that, to just dedicate the work and the actual final completion of Bolt Tower. I wanted to say something about the Katz Drugstore sit-in memorial. So that is total private money and on privately owned property. So it's not part of the city's collection of work, but it certainly is a magnificent addition to the public art world in Oklahoma City. And what we're imagining is going to develop, and what we're working for to develop, is a civil rights trail, so to speak, and this will be one stop on that civil rights trail. Also, there's going to be a work commemorating Ralph Ellison, and then there is the Clara Luper Center on MLK, just north of 23rd Street. We anticipate that there will be works of various sorts along Northeast 23rd as part of the Northeast 23rd Streetscape project. So we see Oklahoma City stepping up to that legacy that we have, that we, as was mentioned at the opening, Oklahoma City was the place where it wasn't the very first sit-in, but it was the first one of any size. The one in Greensboro, North Carolina, is the one that's credited with being the start, but actually the start was in Oklahoma City with Clara Luper and her 13 students in 1958. So we're glad to see that story being told in full.
Okay, thank you, Randy. If there are no more public comments or no more comments from the commission, I believe I'm going to remind you that our next meeting is December 15th at 4 o'clock in the same room, and we are adjourned.